and welcome to Look North. I'm Nisha Joshi. A child is in hospital after reportedly falling from the window of a house in Middlesbrough. The North East Ambulance Service took the child to James Cook Hospital after the incident in Palmer Street yesterday. They're said to be in a serious but stable condition. With the Easter break here, it can be a challenge to keep children entertained. And if you're struggling with the cost of living, school holidays can be a daunting prospect. Well, a club in North Yorkshire is helping families overcome some of that pressure. Phil Bodmer reports from Catterick.
Learning how to prepare fresh and nutritious ingredients for lunch.
And then cut that way now, down there. All right.
This holiday club provides a safe space for kids to play, to learn and enjoy a healthy meal during the school Easter break.
The food side is very important. My child doesn't eat much. She's a really picky eater. I found that sometimes she will try things when she's been at feast, which is amazing, steps forward.
Making sure kids who would normally benefit from a hot school dinner during term time don't go hungry during the holidays is a central part of the feast scheme, which stands for food, entertainment, activities, sport, together.
We work with up to about 80 different providers every holiday period to make sure we have something in as many places across North Yorkshire as possible. And about 65% of all of those providers are not-for-profit. So the money that we invest into them, not only does that deliver incredible activities and free food for young people, but it supports our really important community organisations as well.
Hi everybody, how are you getting on? How are you enjoying your lunch?
Funding to the tune of £1.4 million is provided by the government. For families struggling with the cost of living, it can be a real lifeline.
So they are children who would receive a feast voucher because they would normally be entitled to a free school meal during term time, but obviously during the school holidays they wouldn't be getting the free meal. So I get some funding to offer activities and a free meal to the young children that would normally have a free meal in the school in the term time.
Parents of those not in receipt of feast vouchers can pay for their children to attend. A lot of families here have a military connection. Knowledge their children are being fed well and engaged in social activities offers peace of mind. Phil Bodmer, BBC One North, Catterick.
Plans have been submitted to build hundreds of homes on a derelict site in Gateshead. The former Clasper village land, which has lain dormant for years, is being prepared for development by house builder Taylor Wimpey. 15% of the homes will be bought by Gateshead Council for social rent or affordable sale. Council bosses fear millions of pounds of public money loaned for the restoration of a swimming baths are very unlikely to be recovered. Fusion Lifestyle, which runs Newcastle City Baths, has gone into administration, although the venue remains open while a new operator is sought. In 2016, Newcastle City Council loaned £5.5 million to the company to go towards the restoration of the Grade 2 listed building. Now, earlier this year, Carlisle Cathedral's east window was voted the nation's favourite stained glass window in a competition run by the Association of English Cathedrals. Since then, it's had an influx of visitors from all over the world wanting to admire it. And as it's Good Friday, we went to take a look.
It's an amazing window. For me personally, it's the backdrop of where I was married 34 years ago, so I've got personal links to it, but it's the way that it blends sweeping stone with early English glass and then beautiful and vibrant Victoriana. I think it was voted the nation's favourite stained glass window because of its setting and our wonderful starry ceiling, but also the original tracery and the fact that it has both original glass and more recent. The stained glass at the top is all that remains from a window that was put in just after the Black Death, and it shows Jesus in majesty with people coming out of the graves, and because they've been through an awful, awful time, whereas normally that would only have half heaven, half hell, it's predominantly actually heavenly with just a little small bit of hell, just to remind you of consequences. people have been coming from all over the world to see it. I've had phone calls from Peru and from Australia, and we've had visitors, some who've actually lived in Carlisle all their life and have never been inside and seen how beautiful it is. The phrase that I use is you walk under the organ and you get a glimpse of heaven. You have both the starry ceiling and then as you look across at the altar, this amazingly huge window. It's about 56 feet high, and just dazzling sunshine sort of coming through it early in the morning when I come in to say my prayers.
Looks amazing, doesn't it? Okay, on to football now, and there's a packed EFL and National League fixture list today. Now, the first game's already underway, and in the battle for automatic promotion from the Championship, the game is at half-time, and Middlesbrough are currently 1-0 up against Millwall at the Riverside. We'll have match highlights and bring you the rest of the scores in Look North this evening at 6:20. Okay, time for the all-important Easter weather forecast now. Here's Molly Brewer.
Hello there. It is going to be a rather blustery affair this Good Friday. We are going to have further rain into this afternoon, but turning a bit drier and brighter by the evening time. This is how it's looking at the moment though. So we have this band of showery rain clearing eastwards where you see the greens. That's where the heaviest bursts are going to be. But a lot of dry weather on offer for the second part of the day. And we should get some late evening sunshine too. Highs of around 13 degrees Celsius. So a milder day than yesterday, but a windier one too. Into this evening, and we do have a lot of dry weather on offer, but a few residual showers clearing eastwards. There could be a wintry flavour on the highest ground, and a chillier night than last night. Lows of around 1 degree Celsius. And don't forget, we do have a yellow weather warning in place for strong winds on Saturday night into Sunday.
That's all from the Lunchtime team. Jonathan Swingler will be back with Look North at 6:20 this evening. Do join us then if you can. Bye-bye for now.